Hello, welcome to my channel, Yapature, where every conversation begins with a new curiosity and it ends with a new perspective. This channel is basically all about we will start a conversation with a curiosity, but we'll end it with a different opinion or with a new perspective. Dear Gen Zs, I know you're tired. You're tired of pretending everything is okay. You're pretending that you have the potential and you're trying to compare yourself with strangers who are on the internet, and you're tired of wondering whether you are doing enough, right? And we do have unlimited of informations, but somewhere we have only limited peace. We know, for example, we know how to edit videos. We know how to use AI, and even we know how to build our own career. But we forgot to understand ourselves, right? And even this generation, and we could see a lot of people telling that this generation is completely ruined. This generation doesn't even have discipline. This generation doesn't have the guts to face the challenges, and even they tell us that this generation doesn't read anymore. But honestly, guys, I'm like tired of hearing those things, because this generation, I don't think they are actually lazy, but I think this generation is actually overwhelmed. For example, I can tell you, when we wake up morning, the first thing we see is phone, right? And then we start scrolling, seeing about people, how they enjoy their life, how they earn, and how they do their fancy items to show off all, and they show their perfect daily routine, everything. Just looking at it, we wonder, like, even such people exist. And there is another opinion that we could see people getting married, and we could see people getting their fancy cars, luxurious cars, and even we can see people becoming millionaire at age of 22. Before we have our breakfast, we are completely having the mindset that yes, somewhere I am behind in my life, and that's already feeling exhausted, guys. So here I have found such a brilliant legend where he lived like 130 years ago, but still he understood us better than we do about ourselves. So, like, he's such a legendary philosopher. When I was reading it, I just wanted to share what kind of knowledge he was having, and what kind of boy he was, and how he is now named as, and what kind of message he wants to share it to this generation. So let's yap about him. Okay, guys, it is time to reveal who is that. That is none other than Swami Vivekananda. He was a great legend. He was a philosopher. He was a thinker, and apart from that, he is known as a youth icon. So, what is the reason behind him being a youth icon? But before that, he wasn't named as Swami Vivekananda. So, basically, he was a very curious young boy who's known as Narendra. So Narendra was basically, he wasn't fearless. Okay, he was not having fear. So he was just fearless, young, curious man who wanted to ask questions. He questioned a lot of things. But guys, loved about him is that sometimes we imagine great people are actually born as if when they are born itself they are with full of wisdom and wise everything. But he was just a very young boy who loves questioning a lot of things. He didn't simply question about, about very nonsense things. He questioned about real life questions. It's not like, like, who am I? It's like we ask questions before exams, right? But it's not that kind of questions. It was about life questions where he really asked about does really God exist kind of things. But he was asking it to everybody. He was asking it to everybody he met. It is like, do you really see God? Have you ever seen God kind of things? But few people mocked at him, few people laughed at him, and few people even judged him, and few people even thought he's a lunatic. But still, he kept on asking questions. I guess this generation doesn't even know to question ourselves, because when we have questions, when we ask questions, we directly go and Google it, and we know, see, ChatGPT is there, and we do go ask ChatGPT, Google it, and everything. But when was the last time we questioned ourselves? When was the last time we knew about ourselves? This is the real question, because we have literally stopped asking questions, right? So that is how Vivekananda was a very, very, very legendary legendary philosopher. Okay, guys, can I confess to you something? Because I take my phone, okay, I message or I reply to one message, so that I take my phone. Automatically, I within 5 minutes I'm watching someone's morning routine, and then automatically I'm watching, like, we scroll and we see a cat video, and then suddenly I somehow ended up watching penguins proposing to each other, and I'm suddenly learning about it. And I was just wondering, like, how did I even end up here? Has this even happened to you guys? Because it happens to me all the time. And I was very curious right now that, like, if Narendra is here, if Swami Vivekananda was here, he would have actually questioned those viral trends. Why did this even get viral? And he would have, see, he is a person basically who asks a lot of questions, so he might have asked, why did this reel get trend, why is this opinion getting popular? Maybe he would have questioned, he would have been the person where in classrooms we'll be asking a lot of questions, right? So maybe he would have been that such kind of person. Just I was imagining, what if Swami Vivekananda just opened a Instagram account and he is just questioning what kind of trends are these, and what kind of opinions are people making, and what kind of comments are these, maybe like that. But still, uh, see uh, automatically technology isn't it bad? Automatically social media is not bad, because we are living in this generation where AI is existing. AI's era is this, so we can't automatically get, exit from those things, but still we can control it. Maybe Swami Vivekananda would have questioned, who is in control, like maybe you or the screen. So maybe such kind of things might exist, but still we should be careful. Vivekananda basically he talks about a lot about focus, concentration. So he basically tells that focus is not about, it's not a skill, it is a superpower. You should have the superpower of concentration or focusing on something. So nowadays, this in this AI era or in this AI generation, we don't see students having so much of concentration or so much of focus on doing what. Okay, so I think he would have actually not thrown away our phones, just delete the Instagram, just delete the Snapchat, just delete YouTube, and then you have to sit and read those 100 pages. That is how you will become wise, that's how you will become a legend. No, of course not. He might have told us that, you have to be careful, you should be wise, you have to be careful by using this technology. Might be he would have told us that. So, okay, guys, when I was actually reading about Swami Vivekananda or getting to know about him, I actually started implementing it for just a month. Okay, it was three things that I implemented, and it worked. So, first thing was that believe in yourself. So, I am someone who actually overthinks. I am someone who is actually, I don't believe in myself, and I could see a lot of people telling that believe in yourself. So what does actually it means, right? So but Vivekananda meant something very deeper, which is every human being is having a superpower, which is every human being is having a incredible strength inside them, but the real impact is they never trusted themselves. So that is the real reason why they are not being successful. So this first thing, believe in yourself. So when I read this quote, I was like, okay, I should try at least to believe myself. So that is where a real change began. And the second thing is stop comparing. So as you can see that in social media, you see a lot of people, getting luxurious car, getting a brand new building and everything. And you could even see in young age, they are like, becoming millionaire, billionaire, everything. But we are not seeing the struggles. We and their life is not being compared, right? So try or stop comparing yourself with the strangers on the internet, what they put. So their perfect daily routine is not going to exist, not even, for minimum 30 days. So stop comparing. So which is like, we could just imagine like when you start comparing, slowly you lose your peace. You slowly doubt yourself, and that is where self doubt comes. Like, are you really capable of doing these things? So guys, please stop comparing. This was the second thing that really changed my life. And third thing is consistency. So being consistent, that is very important, guys. Even a tiny step that you take today is still a step. So there are people being perfectionist. I am someone who starts something with excitement and I get motivated, everything, and then I start doing it. And after, a week, a month, I'll start losing my confidence, or maybe I'll lose my motivation, and then I'll stop. So that is literally quitting. So me, I was not a very consistent person, but after reading it, I at least try. So each and every day, I try myself to be consistent. A single step, a single achievement is still an achievement, is still a step, and that when you combine them together, obviously your life or choices might change. So there are three things I told. First thing is believing yourself, and second thing is you are stop comparing, and third thing is being consistent. So when you combine these together, obviously I'm telling you, life will change. These are the main three things which changed my life. When I was demotivated, I usually think that, okay, let me just try something productive. Let me just try something to read. Let me try something. So that is where that something and tiny steps literally gave me a whole life choices to become productive. So guys, there is a famous quote by Swami Vivekananda, which is arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Arise, awake, stop not until the goal is reached. So when I was younger, I was just thinking that this quote really existed, like, oh, maybe I should not rest. I should always work. I should always work hard, everything. But that was not the real meaning of this quote. The real meaning really got into deeper when I was, mature, when you are getting mature, and obviously at this moment the meaning got changed, which is don't quit. Don't quit because your progress is slow. Maybe your progress might be slow, but still you are putting your efforts. So please don't quit. I am such kind of person, and now I realize that I shouldn't have quitted in certain points. And second thing is believe in yourself, which is you should not quit when people don't believe in you. When see, there are people who might not believe in you. Okay, there are people who will demotivate you. They will not know what kind of struggles you are facing, but still don't quit, guys. When others are telling you that you can't do it, see, I have seen a lot of aspirants, especially UPSC journey and TNPSC journey, everything. So NEET aspirants, I could see a lot of aspirants giving their wholehearted efforts there. When people telling them that, see, you can't do it because there are lakhs and crores of people writing those exams, how can you even clear these exams? When they tell you like that, no, please ignore the fact that you can't be one of them. Maybe you, if you didn't put effort, and obviously you will be one of them. Still, you should put your efforts, and then if you can't make it, it's fine. Okay, but don't quit because people are not believing you. You believe in yourself. That is the second thing. And third thing is don't quit because you are scared. I am a very live example. When I am scared, I'll quit. When I can't do it, I'll quit. So that is how I realized I'm quitting it so hard. So please don't quit. And you have to keep moving, moving, moving. So that is what really Swami Vivekananda wanted. Okay, guys. I have seen, basically, I am from a Indian typical family, very orthodox family. So, they only their way of success is that they want a very fancy job title, and they want to get a salary, they want a job, and they should build a family, they should have a car, and they should have their own house. This is what they mean success is. Okay, but this is an Indian typical family where they will literally think that this is known as success. But you have all of this and you still feel empty, right? That is the most hardest part in life, because you have your own family, you have a job, you have a decent salary, and you have everything. You have your own car, you have your own house, and still you feel empty is the hardest part in life. So, Swami Vivekananda has actually told about character over career. Okay, so careers can change, but character stays. So if your career is changing, also you could go somewhere else and you can just have another career. But when character is lost, everything is lost. So character will stay in a consistent way. So that is where success is, or success lies. Okay, guys. So we are in the end of the chapter. So this end chapter is basically I wanted to tell these kids generation is that please don't compare yourself with the reels that they actually put, because that's not the reality is completely different, guys. See, the routine they that the perfect life, the routine. Or in 22 I have become millionaire, in 23 I have become my family, I have my own savings, I have my own earnings, I have 5 jobs in my hand. Everything is just a reel, nothing is real. So in reality, please don't compare yourself with others, and please have a conversation, have a call with your parents, and have some kind words. Just be kind to everybody. And the real lesson is, please take steps. So don't quit. That is, I'm telling to myself, and I'm telling to my fellow members as well. Please don't quit and start it. Just do it. If it is successful, it will become. If not, then that's absolutely fine. No issues. You can just move on. But still, try and don't quit. Even a small, tiny step is still a step. Okay, so make sure that. And honestly, guys, that's all about this video. So this video is basically about what Swami Vivekananda actually tells this generation. And yes, he has already said us to be like this and be like this. And if we follow it, and obviously that will become a success. And still, if you have something, because I know a certain things where why this is happening to our generation, and that will be the next video. Why this is happening, and what is the reason behind it, and why don't we have this stable thing. Okay, because we get excited, we get motivated all of a sudden, and we do it, and we still lose motivation when it is in the process, so we quit all of a sudden. So what is the reason behind it, and everything will be in the next video. If you like this video, do please do share it with your friends and family members. And this is all about Yap Picture, where we don't pretend to have all answers, but we will ask better questions. So that's all about it, and thank you, and bye bye. Hello, guys, welcome to Yap Picture, where every conversation begins with a new curiosity and it ends with a new perspective. சூப்பரா மஜா படம் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் மஜா படம் இப்படியே நான் எடுக்கலாம்னு வந்தேன் ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டாவே நீ